long promised video which I have been meaning to get around to for months and months and months, and I'm doing it now as much for you as me because I want a record of this place before we tear out the old bathroom. Hello! Come here, that was well timed. This is little one. My senile old cat, who now spends most of her time sleeping, or eating, or peeing, pooing, and generally leaving horrible surprises for me around the place. But she's a dear old cat, right? So I forgive her and I love her. There you go. Anyway, I'll grab the camera and get behind it. Oops. And then I can show you around. This is my bedroom. Please ignore the mess, not only in here but also around the rest of the place. Honestly, when you're trying to live in a house that's a construction zone and demolition zone, it's almost impossible to end up with, yes. Anyway, say no more. So, as I say, this is my bedroom. The house that I'm living in was my family home originally. It's where I grew up. And my mum passed away when I was about 14. And my dad passed away a few years ago, and I've bought the place from my sister and I'm doing it up. So, this was originally my mum and dad's room. It's now my bedroom. Air conditioner in the corner there. Well, that computer screen belongs to the online servers. There they are in the corner there. You can't see very well because the chair's in the way. There you go, that is the online server. In there, in those two machines, there is now 570 gigs of hard drive space. There's 11 hard drives in total at the moment. 680 gigs, 240s, a 20, a 10, and something else, and I can't remember what the heck it is. But it doesn't matter because I'm doing the video right now and I can't be bothered thinking about it. There's a UPS on the top there, which is, powers both those machines, as well as the router, which is, I think I can get to show you. Anyway, it's just a router. There you go. Online doing things at the moment, as always. So the server is the machine on the left, and because I've now run out of hard drive bays and hard drive buses on the motherboard, I've now actually extended the server into the right machine, which I was using just as a workstation for me, but it's now got drives in it which have been networked, mapped network drives for the server to use, and I'll do other things with it shortly, but I won't bother explaining what my plans are, because I think you're probably more interested in looking around the place than listening to me babbling on about the server. But I will quickly show you inside it. Hang on a second. My God, the wall of heat that comes out of this machine when I open it. There you go, that is the busier of the two machines. It's actually not a very flash motherboard, it's only a P4 950 megahertz, but as far as the server is concerned, that's really all you need. You just need heaps of drives, heaps of storage space, and fast drive buses. So let's see, we'll start with the hard drives. There's a 10 gig system drive in the top, then the 240 gigs are below it, 280 gigs below that, and then in the bottom bit there's another 280 gigs. At that point I was going to put another 280 gigs in there, but I couldn't get the RAID controller that I wanted to use to work on this motherboard, so they've ended up going next door into the other machine around the back there, as I was saying earlier. There's nothing particularly fancy about this machine. It's got a very basic video card in it and an Ethernet card that connects it to the router and the rest of my LAN, and basically that bit of hardware right there in the center of your picture, which connects it to the outside world. It looks damn impressive, but that's about all there is to say about it. So we'll move on and I'll show you the rest of the house. Meow! What do you want? Meow! Meow! Yes, my senile old cat. Meow! Come on. Yes, shush. Stay there. Okay, so that's my bedroom. This is the other bedroom. These two bedrooms, my bedroom and this one, are exactly the same as far as their actual area, the actual floor area is concerned, but they're different dimensions, whereas this one is almost exactly square. The other one is sort of a rectangle. It's sort of stretched lengthways. This room, for some reason, looks bigger, but it actually isn't. And I lived in here for many years while Dad was alive, because he was an old man and he needed someone to look after him. So I did this room up and had it as quite a nice cozy little pad while I stayed here to look after Dad until he died. All of that coziness is gone now because I've torn all of the stuff out that I had in here, and it's now basically having new ceilings put in, damage to the wall there that needs to be repaired. I'll tell you a little bit more about that when I get round to the old bathroom. That's a brand new air conditioner behind that plank, which we put in about a fortnight ago. Exactly the same model of air conditioner that's in my bedroom. These are doors that my friend and neighbour next door is busily painting, and he'll be putting the final coat on them tomorrow probably, and then hopefully Thursday or Friday this week he'll be putting them back on their hinges, which will be damn nice because, see, this room doesn't have a door at the moment. There's also a few rubbish bags waiting to be chucked out. Oh, that's the other cat. That's Pinky. Pinky! Hello! Oi! Pinky, Pinky! Puss, 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 puss! He's being Mr. Curious at the moment. He's giving everything the sniff test. Anyway, so there's builder's stuff in here. This is the hall, which we've only just finished doing stuff with last week. Nice bright blue paint, which I love. It's very cool. It's actually not bright blue, it's dark blue, but it's got a nice rich sort of tone to it. That light on the wall there is for the toilet. That's the toilet room. I'll show you that in a second. But that light is, I had this idea. I wanted to keep the toilet door closed all the time. So what I decided was, if I put a light on the outside of the room, just in the hall, then people don't need to open the door to see if there's anyone using the toilet. They can just see by seeing whether the light's on or not. Now, this is the new bathroom, and it's, well, it is usable. The water is now on. I've got the water connected and turned on in here earlier today. Hang on, I just need to untangle myself. Right. That's better. Like the rest of the place, there's builder's stuff lying around, but you get the general idea. And you've probably also noticed I like my nice colours. Everyone loves the colours in this place. And they come and have a look. All my mates can't believe what it looks like now. And the heater is already in. Doesn't work yet, but it's hanging on the wall. There's a dimmer in here. So you can, actually the reason why there's a dimmer in here is, that's the new vanity, is because I've always wanted a bathroom with a telly in it. So up there on the corner, there's an aerial socket and a power socket for a TV. And I'm going to put a wall-mounted TV right there, 14-inch, and angle it down so I can watch it while I'm in the bath. So I thought I'd better put a dimmer in, so then I can dim the lights and watch TV in comfort. This is a nice new vanity which is fully painted and everything. Outside these windows is the front entrance to the place, so there's frosted glass that I'm going to get put in here so that people can't peer into my bathroom when they turn up at my front door. And there's also some curtains to go up as well. So it looks a little bit open, but it'll be quite nice in a few days' time. These are very cool, the lights here on the wall. There's going to be a mirror right across here, up and down the wall. I don't know if it'll be the whole wall, but I've found these lights at the local electrical wholesaler. And I don't know how well you can actually see them on the video, but anyway, they're very cool. They're, you know, all the little light bulbs, and well, anyway, you can see what they are. It's obvious what they are. They call them Hollywood light fittings for obvious reasons. So I'm dying to see what it looks like with a mirror put up on the wall right there. But probably won't get that done until next week. Now, the whole reason why I did a video tonight is because I want to get a comparison of this new bathroom. This will give you the real sense of exactly how much of an improvement I'm making to this place. So this is the new bathroom, right? Just get a sense of that, and then follow me. So turn around and walk across the hall into the old bathroom. Pictures speak 1,000 words. I'm not going to say anything. This is the state of the old bathroom in this house. And a hole in the wall which I've put a rubbish bag over. And I've already ripped the ceiling out in here. And this bathroom I'll be starting to pull out this weekend. Hopefully even as early as Friday I'll be able to. In fact, what I'm planning on doing once I finish this video, it's about 20 to 11 at night when I did this, and after I've done this I'm going to crawl under the house tonight and actually saw through the plumbing for this old bath and leave the builder instructions that he can tear it out tomorrow and start repairing the damage to the floor in that wall. And it looks worse than it is. There's just water damage, the framing's rotted through and it needs to be torn out and replaced. And I think there's a section of floorboards that need to be ripped up and replaced as well. I'm actually working again tomorrow and the next day in town, and the builder, because he's a friend of mine, I've known him all my life, he lives next door. He's retired as well. I don't know if I've told you all of this, but anyway, he's got a key to the place. He just comes and goes as he pleases, and it works really well for the both of us. So I'll leave him a note tomorrow that I've disconnected all the bathroom. He can just rip it out and start repairing the damage underneath it. This is the toilet in its own separate room and basin. And look, see, I'm not taking any chances that people are going to turn up here at my place when I'm not here and think, oh, a toilet, I can use this. Well, technically they could use that toilet. The problem is that the plumbing under the floor for it doesn't go anywhere yet, and it's just a dead end. So I'd rather not have people leaving me any surprises under the house, like the sorts of surprises the cat leaves in the lounge for me. So there you go, that's the toilet in its own separate room, and once again you'll notice that there's no door there, because the builder's still painting it, and there's no door in the bathroom. The bill will be going back on later. This is the old kitchen, which also is my laundry at the moment. But the dryer and washing machine are actually going to end up in here. See, there's the taps already in place for the for the washing machine, and there's a hole in the floor for a pipe to come up so that I can plug the washing machine into the sewage system and get rid of the water out of it, and the dryer will be on the wall right there. There's a hole going in the ceiling in that corner so that the washing machine can vent itself outside. All the ducting and everything's already in. I just need to get up there and cut the hole and connect it all up when I get the dryer in there. But for now, the laundry is here. Once again, if you have a look around my old kitchen, you'll get a sense of exactly what kind of conditions the old parts of the house are in. I've already started ripping the old kitchen to bits, but once again, as I say, the picture speaks 1,000 words. So the kitchen I've already started attacking and will be ripping into very shortly, actually removing all of these old cupboards. The colour scheme in here, by the way, in case you're wondering about the insane person who decided the colours in here about 30 years ago, this was my mother's doing. This is a real throwback to the 70s, this room. However, not that I'm criticising my deceased old mum or anything, I'm just saying that the colours are slightly questionable. However, moving right along, this is the lounge. The thing I like in here is, I didn't actually plan this, but when I put these spotlights up on the roof, I realised a few weeks after starting to use this room, if I angled them sideways like this, they make a really nice effect on the walls over there, and also on this wall behind me where I'm just standing. But even though they're lighting the room and giving you plenty of light to see what you're doing, what they don't do is shine directly onto the TV set, which at the moment has got the computer on it. And that's very well and good because I can watch movies on there, and I do. Oops, and the computer's just... this is the lounge computer out here, which is networked to the server in the other room, right at the other end of the house. So that computer is sort of living there at the moment. I might move it, because there's a few things I don't like about it sitting in that corner, but anyway, I won't get into that. There's a printer sitting there, another printer, bookcase there with just odds and ends on it, and an air conditioner hiding behind it there. Yes, another air conditioner. The TV and stereo system are connected to the computer. There's the entertainment centre. There's let's see, a mini disc player. You can't see them very well on this light, but I'll just tell you what's in there. There's a CD player, a mini disc recorder, a tape deck, a VCR, and a surround sound amplifier, a very big amplifier for the speakers in here. I can make a lot of noise if I decide to be a noisy bastard, and there's a centre speaker up there for the surround system, and the rear speakers are there and there. Don't know what happened there, the tape just stopped. Anyway, carrying on, the rear speakers are there, and there's a bar fridge right there. You know, all of the essentials in your lounge. You've got to have a bar fridge and a coffee maker, and that bar fridge is quite well stocked at the moment, I can assure you. In fact, I'll show you. There you go. Yeah, there's a few bits and pieces in my bar fridge. That's a big, gigantic thing of fresh water, because I like cold, fresh water. I like beer as well, you might have noticed, but however, ignore the vacuum cleaner sitting in the middle of the floor. It's just sort of wound up there, because there was nowhere better to put it. Over here, there is a gigantic pile. There's a gigantic pile. Now there's a bit of a story here. This actually started out as a well-ordered pile of boxes like these, of things which have been stored in other bits of the house which I've had to move while the builder's been tearing his way through the place and repairing everything. So I put all this stuff out here, and then through what I openly acknowledge is just blatant laziness on my part, I ended up biffing piles of rubbish on top of it all as well. So it very quickly got out of control, as you can see. This will eventually be my dining area. There's a really, really nice old table which the builder is going to restore for me, and a set of chairs for it as well, which will live there eventually. This also looks worse than it is. It is actually mostly just a pile of things which are sitting there waiting to go into the rest of the house. Either things which I need to store in other parts of the house once we're finished building in there, or things like carpets and underlay. Hello, puss. And just things like there in the corner. You can see that's a good example. That's the lounge carpet. Oh, not the lounge carpet, sorry, the hall carpet, which will go in, well, once we've finished the 2 bedrooms probably. My new waste disposal, and a really nice range hood for over the stove. A fan unit to suck all of the steam and stuff away from the pots and pans on the oven. Bench top oven. We call them hobs in this part of the world. I don't know what you guys call them, but the elements and stuff. A surface mounted bench top cooker basically, and then under it is the actual oven itself. You can just see the front of it just there, and that's going to be wall mounted inside one of the cabinets in the kitchen. That's the old deep freeze that was my mum and dad's, I think it was their 25th wedding anniversary present that they received from somebody. Oi, what are you doing? He's clawing at something. And then there's a bunch of bags and stuff with electrical fittings and cables and all sorts of bits and pieces. And that's basically it. Man, I've been videoing my house now for 20 minutes. I can't believe it took that long to show you around the place. That's the front panel for the air conditioner in the 2nd bedroom with all the doors in it at the moment. It's just sitting here out of the way while we paint that room up, and then I'll put it all together when we're finished in there. Once again, there's piles of things here. There's just mats just stacked up on top of one another. Those newspapers are there because that's the cat's favourite place to leave surprises for me, which, say no more. It's easier just to pick up the paper that she's left her surprises on than to try and mop it up out of the carpet afterwards. It's disgusting. But however, she's an old cat and I love her. So I'll just, do the best I can with her, and just, look after her until she is no longer around, which I don't know exactly how long that will be, but oh well, I'm not complaining. This is the outside view of the place. There's plumbing bits and pieces sitting on the front lawn waiting for me to put them under the house for the bathroom. There is the bathroom, and that is about it really. That's the neighbour's place up there, which you can't see a damn thing of. Trust me. Up there in the darkness there is a house, and in that house lives the builder who's been doing all the work on this place for me. And this is my neighbourhood. It's a bunch of factories over there actually, but the advantage about living opposite a bunch of factories is you don't have to worry about noisy neighbours because they'll bugger off home at 5 o'clock. Down sort of this way through there is the main township of Silverdale. There's houses on both sides of me, like this house on this property down here. There's obviously a house up here with my neighbour, and there's houses behind me as well. So this side of the street is residential, the other side is light industrial, and it's actually quite a nice place to live. I can't think of anywhere else I'd rather live right now, so I'm quite happy staying here and doing the place up. So, that is me. I hope you enjoyed having a look around my place after all this time, Matt. I just thought it'd be very cool to get a video like this from you sometime, if you're able to make me one. Anyhow, I've got a bit of plumbing to do under the house, and I'm going to do it right now because of the fact that I'm working for the next 2 days. So I'll probably finish that by about 11:30, and then have a shower and go off to bed and be up at 6:30 to be in town tomorrow to start work at 8:30. So, in the meantime, this is bye bye from New Zealand. See you!